Hey, this is Dennis. I'm with DS Domination. In this video, we'll discuss DS Domination 2.0. If you're with us at the end of this video, I have a special bonus for you. So how does this work? DSD 2.0, you can automatically find, list, and check a product for its availability and out of stock, a listing in less than 3 minutes. The features we have are auto listing creation, the ability to auto submit to eBay, automatic scrambled images, Spun features for descriptions. This automated out of stock feature will prevent you from not being able to fulfill any order. Automatically get keywords so you can create great title. Also density checks to make sure you're not spamming. 4 different shipping terms depending on the size of the product. We have listing integration, new and updated back office, updates and new training videos, and more.
We really want to pack on the value, and we receive a lot of questions. People are asking us about DSD 2.0, and the people ask about, well, won't there be price increases? How is the price going to go up? We talk about discounts, and people say, what will discount, blah, blah, blah. So we actually just want to walk you guys through a couple of the things in it to show you the simplicity of the new version and how that functions. And in addition to the simplicity of the new system, we also want to show you guys what we have in store to make sure that you guys actually will drop your costs even more than what they are now, that you guys will be more profitable than you are right now. And we will basically be exposing to you guys a very tremendously strong marketing strategy that we're going to start applying starting in July, which will also here, quadruple the size of our company as a whole. Okay, so let's basically walk you guys. So if everybody can see my screen, here's essentially how it works. You're going to select your store right here. Okay, obviously I'm not going to show you the live URLs for the stuff, because if I show live URLs, you'll have at least 1,000 people on them right now, and we don't want that. So you choose a store. Within the store, you get options of Amazon. If you're a pro, you get Amazon as well as the co.uk versions. That was another thing I want to clarify. This is ready from day one, like right out of the gate. It is ready for both Amazon, the .com versions, as well as the .co.uk versions. Okay, so you guys don't have to wait, if you will, and say, oh, the internationals were ignored. So here's your store. You begin, you enter just the URL of the product that you're selling. Okay, when you do so, it's going to load up the next page, and it'll already have the title pulled out for you. It'll already fill all the description and stuff for you. It'll put all the content in there. It'll show you what your minimum listing price needs to be for you to be profitable right here. Okay, and you will just define your profit goal. You'll just say, for example, I want to make 8% profit on the sale. Okay, great. You scroll down a little bit, and it's going to ask you, what sources are you using for this? If you're elite, obviously you get up to 5 different sources. If you are pro, then you'll get only Amazon or co.uk. And you will go ahead and just define your cashback. Now, there's a lot more sources as well. I'm showing 5 random ones here. But there's about 20 different sources that you can select here for management of your listing. And you'll define what your cashback is if you have cashback available. Okay. So for example, let's say you are using a card which gives you a 2% cashback, then you'll just put 2% here. Or let's say you're using Overstock and you get 5% off, you just put 5% here. You'll click on Save Listing, and that is literally the end of your work. Okay, now I know that sounds like almost like, what? There's more to do here, but there isn't. That is literally what you do, and you're finished. Because from this moment on, our system kind of takes over, and whenever price fluctuates at any of these sources, you basically go ahead and the price gets changed out here as well on your listing. Whenever the stock drops, you can change that. I'm going to show you guys some options for that, some pretty cool things that you can define in here that will automatically do things for you. And then you can also go ahead and actually, when the product gets sold, and I explained this earlier, when the product gets sold, let's say you're sourcing from Amazon.com, whenever the product gets sold, our system goes in, it places the order at Amazon, takes the buyer's address, puts their address into the shipping address, and then after their product gets shipped out, it basically grabs the tracking information from Amazon or other sources as well in the future here, and then puts that information into your eBay account. So you don't really have to do anything in about 90% of the cases. You will have, in 10% or so of the cases, you do have some customer support here and there, but by and large, that's it. This is what you do, and you are done with your DS domination side, or the business part, the e-commerce side is essentially completely automated from that moment on. Okay, let me just show you guys just some global settings that are available. Okay, so this I'm going to show you in the wireframe style, because if I go to the page that has these global settings, that'll expose some things that we want to keep preserved until the event. But there are some global settings you can also define. So after you put in your source and you say where you're getting the product from and what your cashback and such is, you can actually come in here and say, calculate my profit with cashback included. So let's say you want to make 7% profit. Okay, if you say yes to this option, okay, so you say yes, then our system will go in and it'll look at the cashback you're going to receive as well. It'll account for that, and it'll say, including the cashback, you want to get to 7% profit, and it'll adjust the price accordingly. Okay, so it'll take the lowest price you can get to make sure that your sale happens very quickly, right? Because you don't want to be the overpriced guy on eBay either. Although that works and that's good, but it actually benefits you to do it slightly differently. And then we'll explain a little twist on this that'll just boost your sales to crazy levels, like almost immediately. I'll show you guys that in a second. Then you can actually choose end listing when the lowest available stock is whatever. So you can put, let's say, 4. So if you're tracking items and the item is available on Amazon and on Overstock and so on, but on Amazon there are only 2 of them available, and on Overstock there's only 1 of them available, you can choose to say end my listing when the lowest available stock is 4 or below. So we will actually end your listing early. That way you don't get stuck in this last minute, will I get the product or not, will the product ship or not, what if there's an issue with the order and so on. So you don't have any of those problems. You can actually just define to end my listing whenever the stock drops below a certain value, and you can just focus on items that have good stock available for them. Then you can do this fun thing, which is round price to the nearest XX dot something. Now this, what you're basically trying to say is that price my products always at, let's say, that end with a 95. So let's say our system goes in, it accounts for your cashback, accounts for your profit margin, accounts for eBay fees and all the other fees involved and everything, and it says that your price for the product should be $64.81. Okay, if you have this set to round off my product to the nearest 95, it'll automatically readjust your price to $64.95. Okay, which just gives you a few more cents, and whatever marketing price, I'm going to show you some videos on what marketing prices work best on eBay. You can adjust it to those different round prices. Now, on the other hand, let's say that the price comes to $65.18, it will adjust your price down to $64.95. So that way it keeps you always competitive in terms of making sure that if you are above, barely above this threshold where we know you get more sales, it'll bring you down below 65 instead of keeping you above 65. So that's a little fun thing that also helps you guys get more sales. You can also define if you want to use only the buy box from Amazon. So only order the choice that Amazon has given you. Okay, that's usually FBA choice, that's usually a choice that's a Prime and so on. This is basically it.
Interested in learning more how to make 1,000 to 5,000 a month? Sign up for DSD 2.0. And we're offering a free eBay Power Seller ebook. In addition to that, we're offering a complete marketing system valued at $997. Again, free. Go to the link on the description box and get access right now. And we will see you on the other side.